Hello folks, so I'm just going to make a quick video. I get a lot of comments asking about my equipment and the skins and tones and stuff like that, symbols, so we're just going to run through that real quickly, okay? Stand by, here we go. Okay, so the kit itself is a Gretsch Renown, we'll zoom into there, Gold Digs. That's the name of the kit. It's a Gretsch Renown Gold Digs. Let's see if I can get the plate really, let's see if you can see it. And they're maple. And they're really sweet. Let's see if you can, let's get the Gretsch. There you go, the Gretsch insignia right there on the bass drum. And it's ported. So I have that kick port installed. Okay, so that's the back. That's the way it came, so that's the original. I left that on there, it was ported. Put that in on there. That's 22-inch bass drum, and it's the longer bass drum too. It's not the standard size, so it's a little bit longer. I would have rather, had I known then what I know now, I would have rather have a shorter one. It's just easier to work with, and the sound and the setup, the whole thing. And I don't know. It's a great sounding bass drum. Don't get me wrong, but it's too big. It's just too big. Yeah, too long. See, it's just look at it. It's huge. It's too big. The toms are, okay, let's go around here, back to the front. All right, so here's the first tom. That's 10, 12, that's 18. Now that's my setup. I have two extra toms that came with the kit. That's a 13, and that's a 16. So the 13 is a mounted tom, and the 16 is another floor tom. So you got the feet, so it's a double floor. So it's a 16, so you have a 16 and an 18, so it's a double floor. And you have that 13, so it would go 10, 12, 13. So you'd have three across the top. But I took that third one away, and I took the second floor away. I put it there. I figured that was enough. For a while, I was just using the 12. I didn't even use the 10, so I just had a single tom, just like the old days in the 60s. So I was just using the one, and I would tune it a little bit higher than what it is now. And now I figured since I'm doing more rock stuff, I have the overhead toms. So I have these two, 10 and 12, and the 18, because I get nice low end on the 18. And the bass drum is tuned very low too. So the skins that I'm using for my tom-toms now, currently, are the fiber skin ambassadors. I have one for a 10, and I have the one for the 12. So this is the label for it right there. And this is what the skin looks like. And that's the skin. Now, the only problem I have with this skin, and it's a wonderful skin, I love it. The tone is amazing. A lot of people have complimented online regarding the tone of my drums. And it's that skin. Now, the only issue that the skin has, after a while, after some wear, is it's very sensitive to, I would imagine, temperature change and humidity change, because it seems to always pit. See that? So I'm going to have to change. And the same thing happened to this one. Not as bad. I see it go in a circle on this one. So other than the pitting, the tone is amazing. And then for these guys, I just used the regular Ambassador coated, which is the same one I use for the snare drum. It's the Remo Ambassador coated. This is the 14-inch on my snare drum, which is a Gretsch Catalina. And this is the 18-inch we spoke of before. That's for part of the Renown set. So these guys use these, and these guys use these. That's how I have it set up. For the bass drum, I use the Evans. Let's see if we can capture that. Yeah. Yep, there's the Evans. So that's what I use, the EMAD. It's also a coated skin. And I put the Evans patch on there to protect it, because I can't tell you how many times I put the bass pedal through the bass skin. More so than I'd like to mention. And these skins are expensive. So, what else? Well, the pedals, I already have another video on the pedals, and the pedals are the Demon chain pedal, the Eliminator. Right, I'll just get a close up of the pedal like that. Yeah, the Demon Eliminator chain. It's a great pedal. I have a separate video about that. What's funny is what he did. Look at that. It got flat. It's flat from playing the bass drum. It's no longer rounded. I actually flattened it out. Look at that. and what else? The Gretsch Catalina. We know we've mentioned that before. That's a great, great snare drum. Let's see if we can get the plate so I can show you. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, the Gretsch Catalina Club. What a great, great snare drum. And these are the clear skins, just used for the bottoms. That's it. Hi-hat is the, oh, I have the hi-hat right here. This is the one I use. It's the Pro hi-hat. It's Ludwig. It's the Atlas series. Yep. That's it right there. Great. And I use this too every now and then for some side work, or just to keep my glasses and my remote control on. The Blackhawk, the Gretsch Blackhawk. A great tone on this too. Really, really great tone. You hear it sometimes when I play a lot of Latin stuff and Santana. I'll use it a lot, so that's when it comes in handy then. Other than that, it kind of just holds the sticks and some remote controls and whatever else I have on top of there. But that's basically stuff. So now we'll go to the cymbals. That's the whole kit like that. If I just walk around like that, you can see it just like this. But you've seen this before. Let's get different angles of it. So cymbal-wise, I'll start from the back since some of them are hard to read because they're upside down. This is the Wuhan, China. I think this is like an 18, if I'm not mistaken. So that guy, got that there. This cymbal, so let me go to the front. This cymbal only has the marking of Avitas Zildjian on it. Okay, so there you go. So this cymbal only has this marking on it, Avitas Zildjian Turkish, with the insignia on it right there on top in Turkish. Right. And this one is a 19-inch crash, believe it or not, 19. And it's weird, but that's what it is. That's what it measures. 19-inch crash. Okay. This one is marked dark crash, medium thin, and that's an 18. And that's on the K series. Okay. The ride that I'm using now is the PSA 505. Okay, Swiss made. And that's a 22-inch heavy ride. Really nice cymbal. Very controlled. And this is just like the other one. It's an Avitas Zildjian Turkish. Anyway, so this is my 20-inch. I've used this before as a ride crash when I played my Buddy Rich videos. So it has dual purposes. Right now I'm using it as a crash, as a 20-inch crash. It's a nice deep crash. And that, oh, there we go. Let's go on this side. There's my 10-inch, 8-inch Zildjian. Also has the markings on it. If I can get that. Yeah, right there. So that's another Avitas Zildjian splash. I believe that's like a 6-inch splash. Oh, here it is, a 10-inch. 10-inch splash. That's a 10-inch A splash. Okay, so here's the story with the hi-hats. I get a lot of questions about this too. People are very confused when they see this configuration. These hi-hats are called the PSA 2002 Sound Edge. And at that time, during the 80s, I think they came out. The Sound Edge was very popular. And the reason why they called it the Sound Edge is because the bottom hat had this ripple effect all the way around it. And it made a nice effect, like a sizzler kind of effect. When you have the hi open up a little bit and you get that, it's really nice. And so what happened was, so many years, the hi-hat actually cracked. So, and let me just see if I can get a close-up of that. Yeah, so you can see that now, right? Yeah, so you can see that that's pretty badly cracked. and it's only gotten worse over the years. And I think the only way to preserve it at this point, for me, is not to play on it. So what now I'm using the bottom as the top, and the top is the bottom, and that's how I've been playing them. That's it. That's the story. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I think this is probably the oldest piece on my kit that I've had for years, since probably the 70s, is this cowbell. And it's cracked. It's cracked on this side here, and I have some tape in it to hold, and it's a crack on the bottom. I got some tape in there. But this is the only, probably original piece that I have, probably one of the only original pieces that I have from the 70s, going back that far. This cowbell, and it's a great sounding cowbell. I have never found another cowbell that had this tone to it. So I'm trying to hold on to it, but I still use it, and it's great. All right. Oh, and one last piece of equipment, which I forgot to mention, and I don't use it anymore. I used to use it all the time, and that is the Speed King, Ludwig Speed King pedal. Yes, this is the original twin spring Speed King pedal. Yes, it is, and it's the L203. Oh man, this has been around a long time, and I've been using it since the 70s, and a lot of famous rock drummers, including John Bonham and Ian Pace, and probably a lot of other guys have used it. So I'm going to show you what this baby looks like. It comes in this box. It's an amazing box because it's like a legacy drum pedal. This is like a Hall of Fame drum pedal with the squeaks and everything. It didn't matter. And it comes in this like burlap bag. It's a really thick burlap bag. I'm going to pull it out and just show it to you. Hold on. I actually have it still in the bag, unopened, and I'm probably going to keep it that way for a while until I maybe bring it out one day to showcase it, to play it. But I don't know, it's brand new in the bag. I didn't even open it yet. I'll try to show you a little bit of the pedal. This thing is a beauty. I mean, it's a lot different than the original. It's more sturdier. The metals that they use, the steel, the bearings and the springs that they use. You know, it's a much updated version of it, but they basically try to keep the original design with the bass clamp, the bass clamp the way it is, like that. The hook over here. Let me see what else. The beater. Here's the beater, original beater size here's the pedal. It is the original pedal, man. It's beautiful. I mean, it's just so cool to see it. Sorry, the light's shining on it. Yeah, she's a great pedal. And here's the back spring, and they modified this. They made it a lot better. That's the plate where it hooks onto the back. Okay, and there you go. Ludwig Speed King. Great pedal. Just, it's so cool. This was a classic pedal in the 70s. I mean, you couldn't find a drummer who wasn't using this pedal. I mean, this thing was a beast. I have a lot of recordings with me using this pedal throughout my career. This was the pedal that I used exclusively. I never even owned another pedal until like the 80s, late 80s, where I started buying and started to experiment with double pedals. But the Speed King was my pedal. That was it. And if I used two basses, I used two pedals. I never used a single bass with double pedals. I just didn't do that then. And this is a workhorse of a pedal. The original, like I mentioned, the original did have squeaks in it, and the springs and stuff like that. So in the recordings, you would hear it, and it was also told that, same story was told that when John Bonham did recordings, you could hear the squeak of the pedal in some of the recordings, and that's true. Matter of fact, I used the beater. That goes on here. So there she is. The Ludwig Speed King. Great pedal. Monumental pedal. Hall of Fame pedal, for sure. Unbelievable. Hall of Fame pedal. And this is the mic that I use. It's just one overhead mic that I use from the 70s, actually. It's an AKG D200E. And that's the only mic that I use. And this guy just sits right above it all. Those are the speakers that I use, the PA. I have that one, and I feed it through this board, which is my Tascam recorder, right here. Okay. And I power those PA. I power the PA for this guy. And that's what I use. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit on the name. Okay, and that's what I use to power the PA system. And there's my mixing board. So the music comes out of one of my channels. And the music is from there, gets pumped from there into there. For earplugs, I pretty much use these. These are really good. Tuning, mostly preference, but this is what I have to now. So that's the end of the kit tour. Hopefully that answers a lot of questions. If you still have any questions, let me know. I'll be glad to help you out. Okay, bye.